I want to ask you something, and I need you to answer it honestly, not to me, but to yourself. Are you happy right now? Not happy like everything is perfect. Not happy like you have nothing to worry about. Just happy, at peace with the life you're living today. If you hesitated even for a second, then you need to hear what I'm about to say. My name is Walter. I'm 79 years old. I hesitated for 50 years and I'm still waiting. I've spent most of my life doing something that I didn't even realize I was doing until it was almost too late. I was waiting for the right moment, waiting for things to settle down, waiting for enough money, waiting for the kids to grow up, waiting for retirement, waiting for some invisible signal from the universe that said, "Now, Walter, now it's time. Now you can finally be happy." That signal never came. It never comes. I grew up in a small town in Ohio. Nothing special about it. Nothing special about us. My father worked at the same hardware store for 40 years. My mother raised 4 kids and made it look easy even when it wasn't. They were good people, hard people, the kind who believed that happiness was something you earned, something you got to after all the hard work was done. So that's what I believe too. You work first, you sacrifice first, you struggle first, and then someday you get to be happy. Someday. God, that word. I built my entire life around that word. When I was 24, I was working a job I didn't love, long hours, decent pay, nothing that lit me up inside. But I told myself, this is temporary, just get through this, save enough money, then you can figure out what actually makes you happy. So I waited. When I was 30, I was married with 2 young kids and a mortgage that felt like a stone tied around my neck. I told myself, just get the kids through school, just pay down the house, then things will open up, then there will be space to breathe, so I waited. When I was 42, the kids were teenagers, expensive, complicated, beautiful teenagers. I told myself, just get them to college, just get them settled. Then it's your time, Walter. Then you can finally live. So I waited, and then one Tuesday morning, I was 57 years old, sitting at the kitchen table with my coffee, and it just hit me, quietly, no drama, no big moment, just this small, terrible thought sitting down next to me like an uninvited guest. Walter, what exactly are you waiting for? I sat with that question for a long time, and the more I sat with it, the more I realized I couldn't answer it. I had paid off the house, the kids were grown, I had money in the bank, I was healthy. My wife was right there in the next room. By every measure I had ever set for myself, I had arrived, and I felt nothing. Not happy, not free, not relieved, just empty, like I'd been promised a door my whole life, told that everything good was on the other side of it, worked and sacrificed and waited to finally reach it, and when I got there was no door. There had never been a door. My wife, Helen, she tried to tell me, for years she tried. She'd say, "Well, why can't we just enjoy what we have right now? Why is it always about what comes next?" And I'd say, "Helen, I just want to make sure we're secure. I just want to make sure everything is in order. Then we'll enjoy it. Then we'll enjoy it." I said that to her for 30 years. You know how many times we didn't take the trip because it wasn't the right time? How many weekends I spent working instead of just being with her? How many evenings she sat across from me at dinner while I was somewhere else entirely in my head, planning, calculating, waiting for some future moment that never arrived. She deserved better than that. She deserved a husband who was actually there. In 2019, Helen was diagnosed with early-stage Parkinson's. She's okay. She's still here with me. Still laughing at things that aren't that funny. Still drinking her tea in the morning by the window. But something shifted in me the day that doctor said those words. I sat in the car outside the hospital, and I thought about all the waiting, all the some days, all the when things settle down, all the once we get through this. And I realized things never settle down. There is always another reason to wait. Life doesn't hand you a calm, quiet moment and say, here you go. This is your window. Be happy now. It just keeps moving, with or without your permission, with or without you in it. I want to tell you something I've never really said out loud. The waiting, it wasn't really about money or security or timing. If I'm honest, really honest, I was scared. Scared that if I stopped chasing and just lived, I'd have to face what was actually there. The quiet, the uncertainty, the feeling of not knowing if what I had built was actually enough. Working and waiting and chasing, that kept me busy enough not to feel any of that. But busy isn't the same as alive. And I was very, very busy for a very, very long time. These days I do things differently. Not perfectly. I still catch myself slipping sometimes. Still hear that old voice saying, wait a little longer, Walt. Get a little more prepared. But I catch it now, and I put it down. Helen and I take walks in the evening, short ones because of her condition, but we take them. We sit on the porch and watch absolutely nothing happen, and I let myself feel how good that is. I call my kids not because it's a birthday or a holiday, but just because, why not today? Why not right now? Last spring, we finally took that trip to the coast we had been talking about for 20 years. It rained for 3 of the 5 days. It was the best trip of my life. Here's what I know now that I didn't know at 24. Happiness is not a destination. It was never waiting for you at the end of anything. It lives in the ordinary moments you keep rushing through. The Tuesday evening that feels unremarkable. The cup of coffee that gets cold because you got distracted by something good. The conversation that goes longer than you planned. Those moments, those are the life, not the reward at the end of it, the life. And every day you spend waiting for things to be perfect before you let yourself feel something is a day you gave away for nothing. I'm 79 years old. If I'm lucky, I've got maybe 10 more years, maybe less. And when I think about the 50 years I spent waiting, I don't feel anger. I feel something quieter than that. Just a deep, tired wish that someone had grabbed me by the shoulders at 24 years old and looked me in the eye and said, Walter, stop waiting. It's already here, and it's always already here. So I'm saying it to you now. Stop waiting. Whatever you're putting off, whatever joy you've told yourself comes later, whatever version of your life you're saving for someday. Someday is today. It always has been. You're not almost there. You're already there. The only question is whether you're going to notice before it's too late to notice. If any part of this landed somewhere real in you, pass it on to someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more of these conversations from someone who learned everything the hard way, please subscribe. I want to read your comments. I'll still be here for a while, but not forever. Neither will you. Don't spend your time the way I spent mine.